I almost started talking and noticed my microphone wasn't on. Excuse me. So, hey y'all, Eric here, jumping on about something I just saw on the news and in YouTube. Um, NBC, well, actually, I pulled up the Queen City News app and to see the information about Jefferson Griffin conceding finally 6 months after the election that he concedes that he lost the North Carolina Supreme Court race. I did a short when that popped up when I saw that, but I didn't state that that was for the North Carolina Supreme Court seat currently held by Justice Allison Riggs. So finally, it's over. Congratulations to Justice Riggs. What this video is about is the next video that I saw on Queen City News. I didn't see this last night, but the SCOTUS, Supreme Court of the United States, allows Trump to implement transgender military ban. Yes, I'll repeat that. Supreme Court allows Trump to implement transgender military ban. Most of the lower courts blocked nationwide for this military ban. This blanket ban expanded on a simple policy Trump proposed in his first term was blocked nationwide by the lower courts. Again, I found this from NBC News. I'm not going to play the video, but let's just dive in. The Supreme Court on Tuesday allowed President Donald Trump to implement the ban on transgender people serving in the military. The justices granted an emergency request from the Trump administration to lift a nationwide injunction blocking the policy while litigation continues. The court's brief order noted that the three liberal justices dissented. Now, in my head, I was like, F you, Pete Hegseth. No more trans at the Department of Defense. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said on X. In a separate Defense Department post earlier on Tuesday, before the decision was issued, Hegseth said in a video, "No more dudes in dresses. We're done with that shit." Of course, on the website, you see they had to not spell it out. But I know what they meant. He said, "No more dudes in dresses. We're done with this shit." Really? Just over 4,000 transgendered people currently serve in the military, not including transgendered military who have retired. According to the Defense Department data, though some activists put the figure much higher, there are around 2.1 million active service members in total. Among those affected with the 7 individual transgendered service members, led by lead plaintiff Emily Schilling, a Navy commander who had sued to block it. Transgender service members have served this nation with courage, skill, and selflessness for years, Schilling said in a statement Tuesday. "We've flown combat missions, led sailors, commanded troops, and stood watch. We are not a theory. We are not a policy debate. We are real people doing real jobs in defense of a nation we still believe in, even when it struggles to believe in us. I know this decision will cause fear and doubts in the ranks. To those feeling shaken, I say this: stand tall. You are not alone. You are part of the community that will fight for you, stand beside you, and never stop pushing forward, she added. Lambda Legal and the Human Rights Campaign Foundation, two groups representing the plaintiffs, said in a joint statement that the Supreme Court decision was a devastating blow to transgender service members. The policy has nothing to do with military readiness and everything to do with prejudice, they added. In a separate case, a judge in Washington, D.C. also blocked the policy nationwide, but the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit put that ruling on hold temporarily while it heard arguments on whether to block it more permanently. The court has yet to rule. The policy, announced in February, is much more comprehensive ban than a similar proposal implemented during the first Trump term. It generally disqualifies from military service individuals who have gender dysphoria, or have undergone medical interventions for gender dysphoria, Solicitor General D. John Sauer said in court papers. In asking the Supreme Court to intervene, Sauer said the judges are required to show substantial deference to the Defense Department's judgment on military issues. Sorry, I'm having to adjust my glasses. In implementing the policy, the government relied on a Pentagon report from the first Trump term that said people with gender dysphoria are a threat to military effectiveness and lethality. Lethality is apparently has to do with lethal. The challengers argued in court that the ban violates the Constitution's 14th Amendment, which requires that laws apply equally to everybody as well as other constitutional provisions. Transgender service members have shown in recent years that they can serve just as well as anybody else, their lawyers in court said in court papers. Then President Joe Biden had rolled back Trump's earlier restrictions. An unprecedented degree of animus towards transgender people animates and permeates the ban. It is based on the shocking proposition that transgender people do not exist, the lawyers wrote. A federal judge in Washington state blocked the policy on March 27, saying it is not an especially close question. The San Francisco-based Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals declined to put the ruling on hold, prompting the Trump administration to turn to the Supreme Court. So there you have it. I apologize for the transition back to me. So again, the ban, what this means in a nutshell is that as of last night, the military can find people who are transgendered and remove them from service. But that is not the end of it. There will be court cases. There will be transgendered military personnel suing the government for this. I will say this. I don't care what the number is, whether it's 1, 10, 4,000, or 40,000. These people are serving our country. They are protecting our country. They are in our country's uniforms. It does not matter if they are transgendered, cisgendered, or any other gender. They are military personnel that have taken an oath to uphold the Constitution and protect and serve this country. And yet they are being kicked out of their positions. Make no mistake, though, while this was one of the things that he said on the campaign trail that he was going to do, and Pete Hegseth said that, so if the transgendered people are going to be kicked out of the military, how soon do you think they're going to come after women in the military? Because Pete Hegseth said, while he was still a Fox News host, said out of his mouth, and I'm paraphrasing, women should not be in combat positions due to they are not equal to men. He said that. He said that. So how long do you think it will be before they try to figure out a way to get women out of the military? So I will leave that with you. Like I said, I'm filing this under LGBT issues, but also under distraction issues, because this is a distraction. It moves our focus from other issues that we should be focusing on, particularly the midterms, the tariffs. I will include now the transgender ban with federal employees who are losing their jobs. And I would also ask, where is the humus of the Democratic leadership in the House and the Democratic leadership in the Senate? Where are you? Where are you? Particularly with these people. They are military personnel. We thank everybody else for their service, and yet nobody is beating their chest or pounding the pavement to save their jobs, except their own leadership. As I said, one of the people who is a lawyer for them, or for the plaintiffs who are suing to stop this ban, is a commanding officer. You know, my housemate and I joke all the time about we need to create a channel called Who Raised Y'all? In my mind, I wanted to create a channel called The Fuck? Or Black People, We Need to Do Better. But I'm just not going to single out my own people. I'm just going to say, people, we need to do better. We have to do better. We do. We have to do better. This is ridiculous that we are even talking about this when other crap is going on. I said, but on the flip side of this coin, even I'll just talk to myself. Why are you surprised? Well, I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. I'm not. I mean, somewhere in my gut, I knew this was coming. I felt that it was coming. But my point is, it shouldn't have gotten this far. I will say this, because I have to get ready to go to class. Most of my political videos, if it's tied to politics and to the Trump administration directly, I always end my videos with elections have consequences. And this is one of them. This is one of them. Keep that in mind as we get into the thick of the 2026 midterms. Elections have consequences. That should matter to you. That should matter to all of us. All right. I need to get in the shower. to relax my muscles from the 5 mile walk I did today. Bought some cheap shoes, so now I gotta buy. Excuse me, apologize. I just ate too, and which I have to get into a rhythm of eating after I work out too because of being type 2 diabetic. Who knew that on the good side, working out, if you have high blood sugar, working out will bring it down, but it can bring it down too low, and then you need to eat to keep it steady. Yeah, so I'm still managing this and getting used to it and learning things and trying to track my blood sugar, trying to track my carbs, trying to track the fat, and of course trying to track the sugar as well. But anyway, like I said, I will see y'all on the next video. Share this. Share this. Other people need to be thinking about this too. It should not be our main focus, but we have to support the military personnel. We have to. And this needs to be reversed. This needs to be reversed. And one of the best ways that we can do this is to take back the House and take back the Senate. And when we take back the House and take back the Senate, change the leadership. Change the leadership. Because the current leadership, it's not working for me. Not working for me. AOC and Jasmine Crockett, notwithstanding, not working for me. Because it's going to take more than the two of them. And Bernie Sanders is not going to live forever. So anyway, I'm just talking off the top of my head now. I'm going to end this video. I will see you on the next one. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.